That's what we see Jay-Z has done. That's what we see Puff has done. The music don't become how you pay the bills. It's a lot of pressure off of it. You got other things bringing in income, you can make music.
This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face. Like what the fuck is going on? Who told you that song and did you know all along? And why did your bitch sell that painting 2 weeks after he was gone? I'm gonna tell you what it feels like. It feels a little fishy. Feels like something's going on ever since that John Legend song and college prediction of a Grammy. If you ask me, I can't stand him. Seems a little weird. Question number one, why's there no blood? Question number two, Sam left in the AM is true, but you're talking about the shits all up in the afternoon. Don't trip, we're gonna find out the truth soon. Who did what to who? Did they plan to eat the chili fries or was it just a surprise? Can you see the lies of witness in a cowboy's eyes? Are we gonna just sit here and forget? Are we gonna ride like Nip said? It's a little weird that the judge quit. Handing out immunities like candy makes me sick. I got a lot of unanswered questions like, why's the footage all grit and I can't see shit? Who the fuck is that white man in that white BMW? Probably was the FBI. Yeah, I noticed that white guy, and I noticed the car wasn't in the pictures when they showed them afterwards. They thought we would forget. They got that shit backwards. They weren't expecting me to drop this track and raise all these questions with my Mac words. I'm really mobbing through LA smoking backwoods. I've been doing this shit all my life. TMC, AMI. You might just see an empty parking lot when you ride by. Well, me, I see way more. I see an independently owned store. I see the community taking power back, whether you're white, Mexican, Asian, or black. As long as you're not blue. Good ones, there might be a few, but from my life experience, I'm like, fuck that. I'm not defending Eric, but what's the fucking delay? They requested a quick trial, it's been over 800 days. They try to distract us in so many clever, creative ways. Yeah, you got your Grammy, and now you're a billionaire. But what about the families that are still living there? Seems a little unfair, just a little something to compare. I never seen a fireman wearing a bulletproof vest. Yes, the shit to me seems a little suspect. The shit's a little weird. Crisis actors taking away our fathers, making our child some bastards, killing creative men and women for their masters. The waves that Nip wrote in, you didn't know when it began. A bunch of new chapters. You didn't think about what would happen after. We would put the pieces together on your transparent bullshit. I can see right through it, like the clear blue sky in the LA sunny weather, where the palm trees swing side to side and we ride together on a white horse or a double R hearse in a foreign car. Either way, you gotta be on guard because they're on tap for anyone who's brown or black with tats. Everybody sees it, but nobody wants to attack. It's sad if you ask. We all gotta blast back. We're in the game, though we can't touch the ball. Seems a little unfair if you ask me, that's all. So take your ignorant ass to YouTube and type in Tanique Reviews to get the real news. We're doing the shit for justice, not views. Sharing knowledge and coming together, that's the real tool. He tried to lead us to the lake, so don't sleep on the knowledge that he gave to me and you. He wanted us to learn from his mistakes, so with our new knowledge, good decisions we could make. And also one thing I wanted to say myself, they killed Dr. Sebi because he was teaching health. Assassins, they come in all shapes and sizes, big booties, hips and thighs. Oh, you're Diddy's girl, right? Oh yeah, John Legend, some things happen at your video shoot. I got a couple questions for you. All those strings you pulled, you still can't make a rap hit. You punk ass little bitch, you probably got a little dick. All the shit that you have to did. This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face. This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face.
What up, chat? What up, chat? I see people in the chat room. Some of y'all ain't signed in. I can see you ain't type hi. Don't nobody know who you are. Spider-Man. Nobody knows who you are. Looky loos. Scared to sign in. Some people should be. But nevertheless, I can start by saying everything on this show is alleged and used for entertainment, religious, spiritual, and educational purposes. That's what it's used for. We got an interesting show for you tonight. Waiting on some regulars to sign in and send a message. Let me know that they're here. Okay, we got Key Brown in the building. What's up, Key Brown? In the building. That's what I'm talking about. See, everybody else who don't do what you just did, Key Brown, you know, they send in a message. Those are what you call looky-loos. You can see them, and you be wondering why they tune in if they're afraid to say something. I know some of them want to hear what you're going to say, but for those people who are listening, and I know they want to hear what I'm going to say, You got to make sure you tune in tomorrow morning because I got a lot to say. It's got a great show coming tomorrow morning. Like, how can you steal from your stepfather and then lie to your mama that you're stealing from your stepfather? It's going to be an interesting show. Tomorrow, I'm going to drop a lot of bombs. Like, how are you stealing money from your stepfather and stuff and look your mama in the face, know you lying to her? That's going to be a pretty interesting show. That's going to be tomorrow morning. I think about 9 o'clock, 9:30. I forget what it is. That's an AM show. But nevertheless, this woman here is an interesting woman. Very interesting woman. Her name is Dana. That's her name, Dana. That is correct. That is her name. Her name is Dana. Oh, I see you. I see everything popping good, Key Brown. This youngin is from the great state of North Carolina, from Charlotte. Yeah, this young lady is from Charlotte. But this young lady, according to my belief and my religion, Christianity, Jesus Christ, had some mysterious things she did. That's correct, mysterious. But some of the stuff she did, you'd be surprised that a lot of people in this area, they do. That's the truth. There's a lot of people in the area of Charlotte, North Carolina, who does this. Charlotte is known unquestionably for witchcraft. Charlotte's top of the line for witchcraft. I know some of y'all would think it would be other places like Louisiana, but if you really understood the Carolinas correct, you would understand that a lot of people from Louisiana back in the day made their way from Louisiana to South Carolina and to North Carolina. If you understood um, what they call the Salem witch trials, or you studied it in school, you could understand that in Salem, somebody could accuse you of being a witch and you were killed brutally, even if they had no evidence, because that area was known for witchcraft. And to tell you the truth about Charlotte or North Carolina and South Carolina, that's part of the reason why they became North Carolina and South Carolina. That was one of the underlying reasons, because North Carolina didn't want to be associated with South Carolina's demonic worship or its witchcraft that South Carolina tend to practice more. But still, being that close, a lot of it seeped over into North Carolina. It used to just be the Carolinas. But, you know, religion has always uh, separated people. And this woman here, her son's in great grief. She went on a voodoo trip. That's right. She left Charlotte, North Carolina to go on a voodoo trip to Haiti. Now, I learned a lot in studying this because I waited a few days and studied this. Now, let me just say this because the reporter who wrote this, his name is Gerald Jackson. Gerald Jackson. And if you want to read anything about the Carolinas, I recommend Gerald because Gerald is already on it. And he's a part of a paper called the Charlotte or the North Carolina Beat. The North Carolina Beat. And I mean, he's on everything, especially religious and stuff like this. And he runs also a TikTok. And he's just on everything. How he's in the knowledge of everything he knows, I don't know. But if it's in that area, he knows North and South Carolina, and he got the story before anybody gets the story. I don't care what anybody say. So he wrote this article, and this is Dana, who got up to leave Charlotte, North Carolina. Now I want you to understand something, as what I said earlier. In Charlotte, it's the home, really, of Wicca witches. So they practice witchcraft. Now, I met a woman who claims she worked in Charlotte, and I happen to know she was here with these Wicca witches and learned that stuff. I'm going to talk about that, too, in the future. And it's amazing to me. But nevertheless, she's sitting here looking like somebody's Sunday school teacher, depending on what picture you get. That's a better picture of her right there. And she decides to go over to Haiti to a voodoo retreat. Now, Haiti is 100% Catholic, but it's 150% voodoo. So when you're going off in the Port-au-Prince and place like that, you better know where you're going and what it is that you're doing. And that's some of the reason why America really don't want Haitians into America, neither do really any other country, because they take that stuff with them. And just to look at it, when you see a rapper like Julio Fulio rap about his grandma doing voodoo, a lot of it, of what's going on in Jacksonville, is blamed on people from Haiti and blamed on their religious practices and stuff like that. And Ron DeSantis and the government is trying to do something about it because they're the most loudest with that violence. She said they shot up Julio Fulio like that with no problem at all. Went down to Tampa, and God knows. One thing I knew when they said Tampa, because see, I know Tampa real well. I know that these people must have been ignorant because the one place you don't want to go, I forget the name of that county, but I've been in that county, and that is one of the worst counties in the world for any of it. They ain't prejudiced. Don't care if you black or white. If you break the law, you break the law. They drop the hammer down. You come down there and in that community and shooting up guns like that in that community, you got to be out of your dang blastic mind because there's no hope for them. We don't even have to watch the trial. I hope it's not on court TV because simply every one of them is going to jail for life. Just like the police officer stood up at the mic and said, he said, even if you didn't have nothing to do with it, but you was with them, you going to jail for life too. Now, if that, I'm sorry, if that don't tell you something, nothing will. That's what the police officer said. The killers of Julio Fulio. Even if you didn't have nothing to do with it, if you was involved, meaning that if you took a phone call or they text you, you're going to be arrested and you're going to get life in prison too. So, do you really want to go to that county and cause trouble? All you had to do is call down there and ask some of the people down there. They would have told you that's why Julio Fulio went there. What people don't understand is he went there because he knew that particular part of Tampa was really one of the safest places, and it's not a place for you to go and bring no drama. It is just not a place for you to go and get no drama. Hey, Nikki Love, what's up? Good evening to you. So Dana decides she wants to go on a voodoo retreat. Now, I ain't got time to explain to y'all what all that stuff means and look up, but you gotta get the idea. A voodoo retreat. We're gonna be talking more about that. I'll be talking more in the future about a witch I met too, who works this stuff and practices this stuff and think that she's getting away from it. I'm glad you're listening. Nikki says nothing much, just listening and driving. I'm doing pretty fair for a square. I'm still a square, but I'm doing pretty fair. So Dana decides, this is Dana from Charlotte, North Carolina, Nikki. She decided she wanted to go to Haiti to a voodoo retreat. And I'm not going to go into all that, what they do and what I read and looked up and studied, demonology in school and all that stuff. But a voodoo retreat, and nothing good about voodoo. Nothing's good about voodoo at all. So if you want to know what people do when they go on these retreats, let's take a look. I hope you can see that's her pennies and she's straightening spaghetti with a penny. It should make you sick. You be careful what you eat now. And white folks do this too, trust me. That's the kind of look at nigga said what? Yeah, Nikki, I'm gonna show you one more time. Look good now, nigga. I said, I know people are not getting it. Look good. She gonna pull her panties off and strain the spaghetti that she gonna feed probably some dude who gonna sit at her table. That's why y'all gotta be careful. I know a woman who do this kind of stuff and then got caught and started to go berserk or started lying, but that's okay. Take a look. Now you may wonder why she had the little boy there. Because the little boy is going to be trained as a warlock. Now, I don't have time again to go into all of this. I'm not going to hang on this story all night long. Let's see, even the kid knows that kid don't know that nasty. That kid's going to be a warlock in front of your child. The reason why she's doing it in front of the child because that child is going to practice warlockry. Do you know that a lot of times when you guys be listening to these people talking about narcissists and stuff, the word narcissism been around longer than most of the people who say have been born. Those people are not narcissists. They actually witches and warlocks who are using supernatural tactics to try and gain control of you. You don't know it. You don't have the slightest idea because you're fighting an enemy that you can't see with your natural eyes. You coming over for dinner, you have no idea she took her raw panties off her nasty ass and then strained spaghetti and serving you dinner. And so what you do, who I don't know. I think my phone cut off. Hold on, let me see. When you see these people who do this, they're doing this because they're trying to gain control over somebody else, or make somebody who don't really love them fall in love with them. You know, you look back over your life and ask yourself, man, why did I even care about that person? And now you know why. At least I do. Now you know why. And then, maybe the Holy Spirit come in and the Holy Spirit open your eyes and you can see what they're doing and you go, wow. So that's what it was because I knew something was wrong. So they go over here for their love potions, love spells, candles, incense, and to learn all the witchery things that they can learn to use on people. They learn curses and all of that stuff. They can curse people and stuff of that nature. That's what they do in a place like this. Nothing good comes from nothing like this. Now, the only difference is when you get to Haiti, and they practice voodoo, and now they call it woo, W-O. They call it woo now. This the younger people do, but they don't know nothing anyway. They ain't even working for them. But the older people that are from Haiti knew what they were doing, and to them, it was definitely a religion and real, and they didn't steer from it. So they got a little bit better results. Now, I want to say this. This will not work on a born again believer who's totally filled with the Holy Ghost. God's going to come in and rescue you, and it's going to fail. And a ditch the person dug for you, they're going to fall in it themselves. Trust me. Trust me. I'm watching it happen before my eyes every single day. A ditch someone once dug for me, they're falling in it themselves. So she decides she wants to go on a voodoo trip to Haiti, and she mysteriously dies. That's correct. It's not mysterious to me. It's mysterious to her son, and he don't know why she died. And I'm gonna tell her son, if you get to watch this, she died because she went on a voodoo trip. She should have went to a Pentecostal church and started speaking in tongues, but she went on a voodoo trip to practice voodoo. Now, understand something. Well, I ain't got time to go on all that. But people who really practice voodoo really do serve a real demon. It's not just mixing a bunch of spices and stuff like that. No, they really do serve a real demon, a real entity. And if you're really not born again believer and don't have the power of Jesus Christ, you should not mess with these people at all, period. Like I said, that little baby you saw, she's a witch. He's going to grow up to be a warlock. And warlocks are what you guys call narcissists. Those men who exercise control, but women are narcissists too. And I'm going to tell you something. The women who are narcissists are 1 million times worse than the men who y'all call narcissists. But they're actually just witches. So let's take a look at some of the stories so we can get an idea of what the heck happening. This is another picture of Dana, and they letting you know. I think she died in earlier this year, August, and it still remains a mystery. Her son doesn't have the slightest idea what happened to his mother. I'm gonna tell you something else too. I'm gonna get this out here. One of the tools that I accidentally stumbled across, and it was somebody else who gave me this information, who's a part of this, is witches love to use WhatsApp. They do. They love to use WhatsApp. And somebody taught me why they love to use WhatsApp, but I'm not ready to divulge that information. But one of the things why the reason they love to use it, especially the ones who they when they like talking to them over in Haiti or talking to them long distance like that, um, and but that's all I'm gonna say. Those calls are pretty much free and stuff through WhatsApp, and they can send messages and stuff through WhatsApp and stuff like that. So these witches, especially of today, watch out for people who have WhatsApp. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna talk more about that in the future, um, but I'm not gonna talk about it now. And so she liked WhatsApp too. And the witch I met came out of Charlotte, and for some reason she loved WhatsApp too. And so when this person was telling me this, I found it absolutely shocking. Now I just pick up my phone wherever and just use my phone wherever I want to. But but people who do this, they do this in WhatsApp, and but that's a whole nother story. So let's get to the actual story. So here's some of the story. Okay, you ready? It says a woman from Charlotte, North Carolina. Or does it say no? Yeah, North Carolina. I'm sorry. A man from Charlotte, North Carolina, is speaking out following the mysterious death of his mother, Dana Jackson, while she was at at a voodoo retreat in Haiti. Timothy Jackson shared his experience with WSOC TV, explaining how he found about his mother's passing. Dana traveled to Haiti on July 1st for a retreat. So she went to Haiti on July 1st for a retreat. And her son found out she had died mysteriously. It was under mysterious circumstances, anyway. And it goes on to say, well, did we do this already? Okay, we did that one. Okay, so this is weird. The July retreat was a feeling, a calling to hold on 1 second here. Practice voodoo. She had a okay, but she never returned home. So this July retreat that she went on was because she wanted to practice. She felt like it was a calling to practice voodoo. that within itself, it could take me an hour to go, but I don't go there. She felt like she had this calling to practice voodoo, but she never returned home because that was the wrong calling. That was probably God telling her she had a calling to come to church, help the needy, and help the poor. And instead, she wanted to go practice voodoo. Okay. Timothy expressed his relief when she arrived safely in Haiti, and they maintain, listen, communication through WhatsApp. Witches use WhatsApp. I told y'all that. And I know because, before I bring y'all anything, I always do my study and I go right to the source. And I'm going to tell you something. This is the thing that they chose to do. And so, if you were a significant other and he just happened to look at your phone, he wouldn't be concerned or wouldn't even care anything about WhatsApp. But all their messages and stuff and fake names, and sometimes their names just numbers and stuff like that, they sit there and send their witchcraft messages right through WhatsApp. They don't do it through their regular text. So now if you go through a woman's text, she makes sure she deletes the texts in her regular, and I'm talking about crooked women. So if you're not a crooked woman, don't let this bother you. But if you're a crooked woman, it should bother you. You go through a woman's text now, and you won't see nothing but peaches and cream. But who would have time to think that you open up WhatsApp and you're looking at WhatsApp and see that kind of? You're looking at WhatsApp and see a lot of things. I know a woman uh, so damn crooked that she don't even know some of the people who she think are her friends are actually emailing me on the show and showing me how she was actually online, right? I want you to check this out. She's online on these online alleged job searches and training, meeting people, writing their emails down. Then she goes and befriends these people and then wants to go out to lunch with them in about 3 or 4 weeks. And then after that, within a week or 2 weeks, and she didn't use soothsaying to talk them into being her friend, and then she turned around and started borrowing money from them. And 1 month it's $200, it's $100, and all of a sudden somebody decided to punch in the address and take a look at a house and go, what would this heifer living in almost $1 million house need my money from? Need my money for? Yeah, and she numbered a witch, and she uses her voice to trick people and making them think she's an ultimate professional. But actually, she was after these people's money. And then they turn around and start emailing me saying, because I know who I'm talking about. They say, look, don't you know this person? Why does she want me to email and shoot money into her account all the time? Almost every month she's short on something. And I'm like, it's real simple because her ass ain't never worked. She ain't had but 3 jobs in 17 years. 17 years, 3 jobs, and most of them from 9 months to a year and a half. So you got to ask yourself, how has this person been living? Well, Tupac said it best. He said, I love you like a sister, but you need to switch. And niggas wouldn't call you bitch. I love Pac. Oh, man. Anyway, so he expressed his relief about 3 jobs. That's right. 3 jobs. That's it. 3 jobs. Listen, living in $1 million house. 3 jobs and calling these women and they lending her money. She doesn't know how popular she is. And they emailing me and saying, want me to put it on the show, emailing her pictures and everything. And like, what is this woman borrowing money from all of us for? And did it to men too. Borrowing money, and even with some of the men uh, wouldn't want to give it. You have to, as Tupac say, got your legs up trying to get rich. I love you like a sister, but you need to switch. And niggas wouldn't call you bitch. All right. Anyway, so he using WhatsApp, where she sent him photos and videos from her trip. So she used WhatsApp. All right. Now let's get here. Circumstances surrounding Dana's passing remains a mystery. Timothy was initially told she had fallen ill, and later she received various later uh, he received various explanations, including One of the reasons she may have died was panic attack. The other reason was a stroke. The other reason was a heart attack. And the other reason was a seizure. Now I'm going to tell you something. This is true. People who practice that stuff usually suffer from some of this stuff, panic attacks and stuff like that, hyperventilation, stuff like that. I've seen it. I'm telling you, over this past year, I've seen it. And I'm like, well, why are you hyperventilating? What the hell is going on? Why are you so exhausted, allegedly so tired, and you ain't did anything? You don't work, you don't do nothing, you don't clean house, you don't do nothing at all, period. You can't cook, you can't clean, you don't do anything, but you're tired. You don't get up to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you're hyperventilating. And I'm like, but anyway, they gave her whatever they thought it was, and some of these symptoms you pay close attention to it, and it was panic attack, stroke, heart attack, and seizures. That's what the Haitian government thought maybe it could be. Okay. He only received his mother's death certificate, which was written in Haitian Creole. That's their language. So if you get a death certificate from Haiti, make sure somebody can read Haitian Creole. Timothy is seeking closure and wants to uncover the truth of what happened to his mother. All right, Timothy, before this is over with, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened to your mother. And he says, I think this is him talking. I've been told so many stories of what happened, and I want trans and I want I'm sorry, and I've been told so many stories of what happened and what transpired, just trying to figure out what's the truth, he said. What's the truth so that we can start healing? The truth is, Timothy, from a man who's traveled to these places and been, I told you guys I studied demonology in school. the the truth of the matter is, when you go into places like Haiti, and those of y'all who feel close to the motherland, Africa, and want to go to Africa, remember Africa is. If you notice, Africans and Haitians don't get along. That's a whole nother story. You never see Africans and Haitians together. Just keep that in mind. But Africa is also 150% voodoo, and it originated in Africa as well too. And people who practice this stuff are excruciatingly finicky. One of the things I saw when I was in Africa is, let me give you an example of something that's really wrong. You could be in Africa where I was, and if you called a older woman by her first name, that is well enough for somebody to send you to a restaurant, let you go to a restaurant, and they would poison you in the restaurant and kill you because you disrespected them. So, an older woman is usually called mama, just like we do here. And an older man is usually called baba, like a sheep, ba ba. And basically that means father. So when you get disrespectful and you go, well, hey, Julie, they consider that the ultimate disrespect. That's how sensitive some of these people are, what I'm talking about. So it was nothing for this woman to go over to Haiti. And just to be over there, if she had blonde hair, it could have intimidated some people. And instead of actually allowing her to be a part of the retreat, they decided to poison her and kill her instead. That's how finicky these people are. Now, the ones in America are the same way. It don't take much to set them off. And one of the worst things you can do is that a person who you know that's janky, if you're looking for a better word to call them, I call them janky. Let a janky person know that you have found them out. Make sure you far away. Because if you're not far away and you let a janky person know that you found them out, they're going to go rogue. They're gonna go rogue because they know there ain't no escape. They're gonna go rogue because you know you ain't eating from them. They can't put nothing up their hoochie coochie, and you don't want none of it no more. And so they're gonna go rogue on you because you have found them out to try and keep you from telling other people. They're going to lie. They're never gonna tell the truth. because they don't want other people to know what really happened and what they were really doing. All right, they're going to lie and they're going to go rogue. So my whole point in saying that is some of the people here in this country who do this are just as finicky and just as evil because they're possessed with an evil spirit. And one of the things you have to watch out for is people who are like that. I mean, you could look at them, and just because you look at them, they take offense to it. And now they're going back to their house, burning 1,000 candles in the middle of the floor, hoping that you die. And if they feed you, they're trying to poison you. Literally, they're trying to poison you. And for a woman who's probably unfamiliar with that culture and things of that nature, she could have went over there wearing the wrong outfit, and that was more than enough for them to want to poison you. Not practice voodoo on you to control you, but just to go ahead and take you out their misery. Because when you offend them, that's it. And it's so easy for them to be offended. I mean, when I say it's easy, it is easy for them to be offended. They could be offended by your eyelashes. They could be offended by a man's suit. They could be offended by your watch. And the second thing that I found interesting is why would she go over there when a gang has taken over the whole country? You guys remember, y'all watch the news. There's a gang in Haiti. We had to actually send the Marines over there. They were kidnapping people and kidnapping Americans and still is at the same time. Even right now, I'll tell y'all this. Any especially black Americans that's leaving America, y'all need to stay away from Haiti, Jamaica, the Bahamas. They trying to quiet the fact that you got a transgender girl right from Chicago that went to the Bahamas and she's kidnapped and she's from Chicago and they're not even trying to help the FBI and people find out what happened to her. It's not all parts of Haiti gold, but I'm sorry. It's most of it. It don't make a difference to me. The government is not right in Haiti. Yeah, Mexico as well. The government's not, and especially African Americans, because they know that in order for you to go to a place like that, you have to be a middle class African American. And they know that the American government is not going to do nothing, just like they ain't doing nothing for Dana Jackson here. They're not going to do nothing when a black person gets kidnapped. Now, if you're white, now I'll give you a perfect example so y'all don't say I'm lying. Now, people know who's ever been in Turks and Caicos. Anybody who's ever been to Turks and Caicos know the Turks and Caicos government don't play. Turks and Caicos is beautiful. I recommend you to go to Turks and Caicos, but I'm gonna recommend you something else. Do not take any guns and do not take any, don't even take a half a bullet to Turks and Caicos. If you take a half a bullet to Turks and Caicos, that is an automatic 12 years in their harshest prison. They don't care who you are. United States of America, Great Britain, that's an automatic 12 years. 12 years you're going to get in Turks and Caicos if you have a piece of a bullet. And one of the reasons is they don't want to be like America, where everybody's shooting up Chicago, everybody's shooting up Jacksonville. They don't want it. And the way they do that is keep their people away from guns, away from bullets. Now, every country know this. The American Embassy know this. Washington, D.C. know this. But two white people have went to Turks and Caicos this year, and they have violated those people's laws by taking bullets in their hunting luggage, which I know is baloney. Why would you take hunting luggage? You should have hunting stuff, and you should have your regular traveling luggage. Why would you take hunting luggage to Turks and Caicos? Don't make sense to me. But nevertheless, each one of those white people, America fought for hard and got them out of there. Now we have black folks that's been missing for a couple of years in the Bahamas, and America ain't did one thing. What this has done has emboldened the islands. So when you go into the Bahamas and you go into Jamaica, Montego Bay, and think you're going on a trip to drink your strawberry daiquiri or your pina colada, they're going to kidnap your behind. They're gonna try and talk you into going in the community first. What they usually do is they want if you go to Bahamas, they talk you out of Atlantis. Won't you leave Atlantis, go into the community? Well, when you go into the community, they got you. They got you. They got, and you may not get back home. That's why if you go into these places, stay at the tourist section. Don't leave. Where your hotel, get you a hotel where everything is inside of the hotel. Because when you leave, you at the mercy of these people. And the United States of America, if you're African American, as far as I'm concerned, allegedly is not gonna do anything. They ain't, they may send one FBI agent. He may stay there 3 days. He gonna leave. But for those white people in Turks and Caicos, they got them white people out. Nikki Love says, this is what Nikki said. I'm not going to any of those islands. I'm not going, period. I don't blame you, Nikki. I wouldn't either. And see, I see. Gold says, you're right to give the warning. I was just saying, African tigress from Africa spent weeks there recently. I'm wondering if she went in the air. She probably did. But I know that America has Marines over there, and the Marines have taken over the islands. That make a difference. Um, it don't make a difference. When America sent the Marines, I knew that it was really serious. And trust me, they sent the real Marines. They sent devil dogs, and these guys weren't going to play any games. And that's because the government is falling. It really, they ain't got no government, to be honest with you. And so you coming over there, again, you have to be a middle class American. You know, if you're broke and you're poverty stricken, you can't fly. You got to buy a passport, which is $400, to get over there. So they know you have access to your some dollars. And so when you get there as a African American, they're going to kidnap you and try and get some money from you. So y'all need to stay away from these places. Y'all really do. It's just another trick that they're trying to get y'all to go to these places, and you're not going to come back home. And again, if the United States of America is allowing cops to shoot Sonia Macy, what do you think they're going to do for you over in Haiti, Bahamas, or they're not going to do nothing at all, period, whatsoever. So Nikki says, that's exactly what they're doing, kidnapping Americans. Yeah, and these are black Americans. Keep in mind, they're African Americans. It's bad enough you got the ignorant black women going to South America, being shot all up in their butt and breast and dying at an alarming rate. These people with these Brazilian butt lifts and stuff, so many black women are dying from that stuff. It's incredible. It is just absolutely incredible. But nevertheless, nobody's telling you anything. So she went over there for a voodoo retreat. She mysteriously took ill and she died, and her son wants answers. So, one, I want to let y'all know Jesus rose with all power. All power is in his hands. Ain't no power like the Holy Ghost power. If you trust in anything other than that, you are definitely misplaced. But if you're not a born again believer and filled with the Holy Spirit, people who use this stuff can use it on you, and it will work because you have no protector. You don't have nothing protecting you from it. But if you have something protecting you from it, God will definitely let you know that people are doing this. He let me know. Nikki says black women are also going to Dubai. Yeah, they're going to Dubai. Listen, Nick, you missed probably my show that I did. And black women are going to Dubai, selling themselves for not even for sex. I don't want to make y'all sick, but they're going to Dubai so the Dubai men can crap on their face and film it. They are literally. That's what they're going for. They don't want to have a relationship with black women. They want to crap on their face. And a lot of these black women from Instagram and other places, boarding planes, going over there, being paid, have to stay there a certain time so they can get crapped on by men in Dubai. That is the honest goodness truth. Yeah. What anorexic say, yeah. Anorexic, that's what they want. They want black women, and it's not for sex, but these Dubai men get to do the number two on the face of black women. and they film it, and they're excited about it, and that's what black women are going to Dubai for, and that's what's happening to them. Let alone a bunch of laws Dubai made where even if you swore and said the F word, you could wind up 2 years in their penitentiary. And there's nothing America could do because America is relying on them for its debt. So a lot of ignorant people are getting up, and black people are getting into international travel and stuff like that ignorantly, and they're paying a hell of a cost. And those prisons are starting to fill up with black people in Dubai. So yeah, that is true. I know it's gross, Nikki, but it's the truth. That's what they're there for. You can look up online. They said 1 million and converted it to American money, 12,000 to get to Dubai on. Yeah, okay, yeah. So it is nasty, but that's what they're doing. And they're going all through Instagram, choosing girls, offering them money to come to Dubai, and that's what happens. They get if they get crapped on in their face, and each time they get crapped in the face, they get paid money by those Dubai men. Which reminds me of something else, but I'm not going to say it. I'm going to leave that alone. So, nevertheless, this is the story of Dana Jackson, may God rest her soul, who went on a voodoo retreat and came up dead mysteriously. It's a mysterious death. And one of the things I don't understand, though, in the story was did they ship her body back to America? I haven't been able to find that out because if they shipped her body back to America, they could have still did an autopsy here. Hey, Rosie Bloom, how you? Yeah, I don't understand that. That's the one thing that's got me. So I'm gonna probably have to write Gerald and see why didn't her son Timothy, if he got her body back, have an autopsy here done? Because if they had an autopsy here done, our doctors should have been able to come up with the cause of death. So you guys be careful in this international travel. Exactly. America could have done an autopsy. That's what I'm saying. So when I was seeking the information on did her body come back, I don't know if her body came back. All I know is that he said he got a death certificate. And the death certificate wasn't even in English. It was in Creole. So he had to find somebody who could read and speak Creole. And in the process, her death was mysterious. But I'm going to tell you how she died because I'm going to tell, like I said, so he'll know. She died because she was poisoned. Instead of going to a voodoo retreat, she offended one of those voodoo priestesses. Because when you go over there and you see the outfits and the costumes and the colors, we as Americans and stuff are not used to that stuff. And we start staring at these people and staring at these people to them, depending on how it is a sign of disrespect. And what they do is at that point in time, you become a full-fledged enemy, and when you become a full-fledged enemy, they look for any way they can to poison you, to take you out your misery. Because they treat their voodoo priests and their voodoo priestess with more respect than we treat our pastors and our pastors' wives. Nevertheless, to all my subs and to all my followers, as usual, one nation.
That's what we see Jay-Z has done. That's what we see Puff has done. The music don't become how you pay the bills. It's a lot of pressure off of it. You got other things bringing in income, you can make music.
This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face. Like what the fuck is going on? Who told you that song and did you know all along? And why did your bitch sell that painting 2 weeks after he was gone? I'ma tell you what it feels like. It feels a little fishy. Feels like something's going on ever since that John Legend song and Khaled's prediction of a Grammy. If you ask me, I can't stand him. Seems a little weird. Question number one, why is there no blood? Question number two, Sam left in the AM is true, but you're talking about the shits all up in the afternoon. Don't trip, we're gonna find out the truth soon. Who did what to who? Did they plan to eat the chili fries or was it just a surprise? Can you see the lies of witness in a cowboy's eyes? Are we gonna just sit here and forget? Are we gonna ride like Nip said? It's a little weird that the judge quit. Handing out immunities like candy makes me sick. I got a lot of unanswered questions like, why is the footage all grit and I can't see shit? Who the fuck is that white man in that white BMW? Probably was the FBI. Yeah, I noticed that white guy, and I noticed the car wasn't in the pictures when they showed them afterwards. They thought we would forget. They got that that shit backwards. They weren't expecting me to drop this track and raise all these questions with my Mac words. I'm really mobbing through LA smoking backwoods. I've been doing this shit all my life. TMC, AMI. You might just see an empty parking lot when you ride by. Well, me, I see way more. I see an independently owned store. I see the community taking power back, whether you're white, Mexican, Asian, or black. As long as you're not blue. Good ones, there might be a few, but from my life experience, I'm like, fuck that. I'm not defending Eric, but what's the fucking delay? They requested a quick trial, it's been over 800 days. They try to distract us in so many clever, creative ways. Yeah, you got your Grammy, and now you're a billionaire. But what about the families that are still living there? Seems a little unfair, just a little something to compare. I never seen a fireman wearing a bulletproof vest. Yes, the shit to me seems a little suspect. The shit's a little weird. Crisis actors taking away our fathers, making our child some bastards, killing creative men and women for their masters. The waves that Nip rode in, you didn't know it began. A bunch of new chapters, you didn't think about what would happen after. We would put the pieces together on your transparent bullshit. I can see right through it, like the clear blue sky in the LA sunny weather, where the palm trees swing side to side and we ride together on a white horse or a double R hearse in a foreign car. Either way, you gotta be on guard, because they're on tap for anyone who's brown or black with tats. Everybody sees it, but nobody wants to attack. It's sad if you ask, we all gotta blast back. We're in the game, though we can't touch the ball. Seems a little unfair if you ask me, that's all. So take your ignorant ass to YouTube and type in Tanika Views to get the real news. We're doing the shit for justice, not views. Sharing knowledge and coming together, that's the real tool. He tried to lead us to the lake, so don't sleep on the knowledge that he gave to me and you. He wanted us to learn from his mistakes, so with our new knowledge, good decisions we could make. And also one thing I wanted to say myself, they killed Dr. Sebi because he was teaching health. Assassins, they come in all shapes and sizes, big booties, hips and thighs. Oh, you're Diddy's girl, right? Oh yeah, John Legend, some things happen at your video shoot. I got a couple questions for you. All those strings you pulled, you still can't make a rap hit. You punk ass little bitch, you probably got a little dick. All the shit that you have to did. This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face. This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face.